And we are joined now by Urban Meyer, the Big Ten's all-decade head coach. Coach, obviously this is a body of work award, but the focus over the past decade at Ohio State is on the national championship year. So I'll start there. How often do you think about that season? And when you do think about it, what are the first memories that pop into your head?
Well, since I stepped away from coaching and retired, and I've spent more time, I hear from a lot of players. I went about this year reaching out to a lot of them actually in the NFL because I just want to learn how they're doing, see how they're doing. Because when you're coaching, 24/7 is your team and recruiting, and then as much family time as you can. So I look back with great memories, fondness of the guys I was able to coach and the relationships we still have and the staff. So it was so great to be able to do it at your home state and your home school.
Obviously, national championship is a huge goal at Ohio State every year, and so is the end of November and the win over Michigan. 7-0, a perfect record against the Wolverines. It's really hard to believe when you consider the history of that rivalry, the fact that you had to play there multiple times. When you look back on those 7 games, how much pride do you take in walking around knowing that you were undefeated against Michigan?
Well, I grew up in a time where there was a guy named Bo Schembechler roaming the sidelines and Woody Hayes roaming the sidelines at Ohio State, and so it was 50-50. In 1968, Ohio State won the national championship, and then they hired this incredible coach named Bo Schembechler. He actually upset Woody Hayes, and I believe went 5-4 against the coach, or might have been 5-4-1. I can't remember exactly. And then a guy named Earl Bruce came in, and that's when I went to Ohio State, and Earl Bruce actually, I believe, went 5-4 against Bo. So I guess the point of saying that, it was always right there. That was what I grew up in. I did not grow up in this one-sided rivalry right now. And so I remember, and when I would look out there, I would have that vision of the maize and blue and the great players, which they still have great players, but I just felt an enormous amount of responsibility to, the little part that I do, because players do all the work, but to get them ready to go win that game.
For you individually, I always found you to be one of the more singularly focused coach. When it was time to focus on the task at hand, that was the only task that you were worried about. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people to do, to block out the outside. Is that innate in you, or is that something that you learned as you developed your own coaching philosophy throughout the years?
I think I've always been like that. It's ironic, Rick, you asked that question. I've been asked that many, many times. And I don't know, I remember some official came out and wrote a story about, a retired official came out and said, started talking about all the other coaches, and he said, Coach Meyer really didn't talk to us. And, we just certainly weren't going to give him any favors or something like that. And I thought, that is the craziest article. It's not my job to talk to the officials. It's my job. I'm involved in, I called all the special teams. I helped call the offense. I was very involved in defense, and I managed the game. I don't have that 27 seconds to go talk to other people. So, and sometimes when I hear that, I'm thinking, I think singular or focus, you go ask Nick Saban. I think he's pretty good at that as well.
There he is, our all-decade Big Ten coach, Urban Meyer. Urban, great to catch up. Thanks for the time and congratulations.
Thank you, Rick. Always good to be with you.